Hello friends, it's Lorian Witch here with your monthly reading for October for all 12 signs. This introduction actually is just going to be the same because I wanted to reach every single one of you and basically say a big huge hug and a big thank you to your consistent support, your comments, your interactions. People on Facebook who've been liking some of my posts, Twitter, which I'm now back on. I did get hacked temporarily, but I'm on Twitter again now, and generally just being awesome people, subscribing, sharing videos. I think I've mentioned in several other videos that I did not expect as big of an audience, mainly, and resonance with a lot of people. So the fact that you will really connect with me as well as a reader, that means a lot, and I like that you show your support. To my patrons on Patreon, thank you so much as well. Every little helps, honestly. It's really, I'm going to do everything that I can to invest in this channel and hopefully address you more personally in the future and get more tarot decks, get more ways and methods of giving you these messages. And it's a shame that I've not got enough to invest at this point in time myself, but any help that you have is amazing. Also to the people who've asked for readings from me, every time you send me an email and say, you know, that you have resonated with the reading and, you know, the feedback that I get, and you tell me, you know, where you feel that the reading has taken you and the messages, it just validates a lot of what I do, and it keeps me really on a higher vibration. I didn't anticipate that this beginning was going to be so rambly and full of love. However, I'm very pleased that it is. It's probably because Mercury's in Libra right now or something, I don't know. But yes, I really, really enjoy talking to all of you, and thank you so much. Details of how to get in touch with me for a reading: I do Skype now, and video and email. I also do customised readings, so if you don't see anything that you feel suits you, do ask me via email and let me know. Facebook, message me if you need to, connect with me on there. I'm not just a reader on the side of the screen. I am here trying to connect with every one of you. If I could come and give you a high five and do a personal reading for every single one of you, I probably would. But yeah, just thank you so much, and check out the ways to contact me. They'll also be at the end of your reading as well. It does apply to your sun, rising and moon sign. I think if I was to get into any other planet, it might be a little bit of a shaky thing there, but hopefully September will has been good to you, and we're now going into October. Very looking forward to seeing what holds for you. So let's get to your monthly sign reading. Hello Gemini, thank you for tuning in for your October reading for 2015. It's a pleasure to have you. We are having a look with the Truth Seekers Tarot this month because my own decks were getting a little bit tired, so this is my mother's cards. Does have an air sign feeling about them because she's an air sign, so a lot of that energy has gone into it. We also have the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra and Taylor, so let me take a look and see what's coming up for you. As usual, we have 4 cards, one representing a week in energy of the month, and then we have the energy card at the bottom, which normally represents, you know, the overall feeling or message that we have here for you. Now, I'm actually going to start for you with the energy card because this is the one that seems to be bringing a lot of messages through to me. The way it seems is that somebody else may hold your wealth and your value. Somebody else may be considering or having a decision for you this month. Now normally, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Woman holding a coin doesn't give you too much information as to the depth of the card, but for me this is always about understanding the inner workings of your finances, how things are manifesting for you, and understanding if anybody else, you know, a female in particular with a connection in money, health or value. I feel like there's a successful endeavour that may rely on somebody else. I feel like there's a woman who may be supporting you or be of assistance regarding these issues. She may give you financial advice, or she may connect you with somebody who does have financial advice. This woman is either you, if you're a woman listening to this, or this woman is somebody you know. I feel that you need to be on the lookout for helpful assistance with here, connected with this woman. But for a few of you in particular, this is coming up saying this woman has, she holds the possibility of your money or your wealth or your future in her hands here. She has a lot of investment in your day-to-day life. She has a lot of investment in money-wise. She may be earning more money than you, and that may make you feel uncomfortable, especially if you're in a partnership with her. Sometimes there's a sense of not contributing as much in a way. But overall, I feel like you are tied to this woman already. You are... Let me just see how it works. You are very strongly attributed to this person already. I feel she could be an earth sign with the amount of earth that's in your reading here. So it may be just a case of looking and seeing who you feel fits that description. Because she's quite important for the month of October, I do get the sense that she will be showing a lot of power and strength around it. If you are this woman, if you're a Gemini woman in control of her finance, if you feel like you've got everything under control, or you're actually making more money than you have before, brilliant. This shows to keep going on the right track. You may look to not an investor, but what's it called, an accountant or somebody like that, who may want to assist you with this other, with how to manage things. So we have in the first week, now that's all done, the Prince of Pentacles. Now in this deck, princes, I believe, would normally be knights, but the Prince of Pentacles is a question. I think it prompts you to wonder if the adventurous side of your nature is leading you to take maybe needless risks in various ways. I mean, the Prince of Pentacles, he's juggling the pentacles here. Will he drop them? Will he succeed in getting them all sorted? It's almost, he seems detached as well. It's almost like he's leaning towards individuality, solitary pursuits. You can juggle with somebody else, but it's potentially not as impressive because it's just hand-eye coordination with somebody else, and unless you've got 17 balls going back and forth, then maybe it would be impressive, but yourself, it's almost like a skill that you're working on, and it could actually lead to a bit of isolation, pulling away from somebody in particular who seems to be on your side. And the horse in the background is the one that I feel is the one with the raw deal. They just have to stand there and watch while you do all this business. So don't forget the people who mean a lot to you, if possible, this month. There also seems to be, on the opposite side, actually, for some of you who already have the balance in place, I believe this is something that is almost like an achievement. You're managing now to deal with a lot of things. You're managing to juggle a lot of projects. You seem to be having a lot of things coming into you that you understand how to utilize, you understand how to use it, you know where you want to go with it. And I feel that a lot of you, half of you is what I said before about isolation, the other half of you is absolutely fine. So depending on which area of that scale you are, being a Gemini, I feel it is 50-50. You could find yourself actually going into the second week with mixed feelings just about the energy of the Five of Swords, because that's going to actually creep in the first week. If you feel like you've got everything under control, you may suddenly think, oh, and almost drop something. If you don't have everything under control, or you focus too much, you may be woken up to say, hang on, somebody here is in risk of walking away from you in that way. Now, the Five of Swords in traditional tarot is all about conflict. It is about disarming your opponent in many ways, but we've got two doves of peace going towards the sun here. They can either be fleeing this conflict, or they could be there to show that there is a unity to be worked out, that there is something that you can manage with this other person or with this group of people in particular, to make sure that your place within the community or within the partnership, friendship, whatever you feel, can still be very strong. You know, you don't have to be all, I'm in this on my own. You know, you don't have to be that lone soldier. You have the potential to go a long way. You just have to include other people in it. For Geminis, it can be quite hard because a fair few of you have trouble struggling with emotion. You are a very good communicator, but when it comes to emotion and putting that in words, I don't feel that you succeed in general. There is almost a sense that you are not sure how the other person will react. And it can be that, you know, the reason people say, oh, you're two different people, is simply because there's two different sides to any given feeling that you have. And this isn't to say that it's a bad thing. I've got a Gemini moon, so I understand the calculation needed and the creation and everything like that. You're very internal in that way, but you manage to be very personable at the same time, but you can't keep up that being personable all the time. So I think that in that way you can come across as a bit sharp or cold when you just want to be left alone, but you can't express, look, I just need a little bit of time. That's where the conflict lies, and I feel like this is where the Five of Swords could take form. I mean, the Two of Pentacles in the third week shows me that you do get over that quite easily, and I do believe that you start forming something, what you had in mind. You've had to drop one of these projects, I think, to be able to go forwards, because you see you're juggling 3, there's only 2 left. Make sure that those 2 count, because if anything, these 2 projects seems to multiply. I mean, we have got the 7 of Pentacles to round off the month, but it's almost like equilibrium and harmony, financial or otherwise, should be in balance in the third week in order to make this fourth week as prosperous as possible. Balance does not always mean that we should receive as much as we give. There are times, you know, when it could be happier to give than to take from somebody. I don't believe that you should say, well, I've given you £500. You owe me £500 now, or gifts to the equivalent amount. It's not that much of a give and take. You don't always get back 100% of what you give into it. But if you were just thinking about what you get back from it, was that an honest deal? Was that something that you really wanted to go into? Is that something that you always do? And that's the Five of Swords and the Two of Pentacles asking you to look at that. I don't feel a lot of you do that, but it is showing that you get something back in the third week from something that you've invested in. It's just giving you a little bit of a warning as to how you go about getting that back. The Seven of Pentacles then is very strong. It is almost like you're able to reap what you've sown. The trees are growing ever taller. We have beautiful birds here. We have a third bird in the mix, so maybe you've actually picked up that third element again when you've mastered the 2 that need to be focused on. So in a way it seems like it's all coming together for you. And you should end the month on a high when it comes to the Seven of Pentacles. The way that it seems to be manifesting and nurturing this kind of project or whatever you have in mind, I do feel this is going to be something that you can take on a lot longer. This energy is going to be with you for maybe the rest of the year. I will have a look for it in November for you. If you'd like me to look into something personal for you, just email me or look at my website to book a reading with me. It's quite simple to do through PayPal. If you would like to invest in the channel, you can become a patron on Patreon, and this will hopefully be able to, for me actually, to invest in different decks, different cards, methods of delivering these messages to you. Hopefully I won't have to do this on an iPhone all the time. For those of you who connect with me via subscription, comments, Facebook, Twitter, all that, I really do honestly appreciate you getting in touch with me. That was the sole intention of this channel, was for me to be able to deliver these messages for free and for you to get the guidance you needed. So very much appreciative of everything that you're showing already with relation to this channel. But in the meantime, I do wish you the best of luck, and I look forward to reading for you in November.